Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Damsels and Dragons DP, and this is my Relax and Unwind Sunday Whip and Chat. I know that I haven't been quite doing these weekly, but I'm trying to get them in at least every other week. So I hope you have all been doing well since last time. Here I have got my largest canvas I've ever worked on. This is Alice Lost by Hannah Lynn from Diamond Art Club. It is a square and is 70 by 89 centimeters. It is huge. I've had to really kind of figure out how the best way to work on it was. I think I've kind of got it worked out now. So then I've got my row of release papers. These are Cross from Crossley, and they are Alice in Wonderland themed. And then keeping me company right here, I have this little Alice fairy. She's holding the little bottle, and that's from Patty Wax, and I just thought that was adorable. My pens today, this, I think, you know, if you've watched other Whip and Chats, maybe you've seen this one before. This one's a Poshy pen, but I just absolutely love the grip on this pen. It's just, for me, very, very comfortable. It is a thinner grip with this like flared end. Fits my hand really well. I really like it. Loaded in there, I've got some Not Your Mama's Mud. And then my other pen that you might see me using today is this. It's a Donna Bass. This was a custom, so I really wanted a captive ring pen. So I asked her if she could do one for me. And this was in, she had a couple of snowflake blanks left. I do have this one. This is one of the DAC stainless steel single placers in there. I really, really like these tips. I feel like they hold the putty really well. And in that one, I do have some Randa's putty. It's a butterscotch cookie. It smells so good. I do have my Bella Art Dinacole tray. Love, love, love her trays. I am noticing for squares that my gems, when I try to pour them out, they kind of get stuck in these two furthest out edges. So she did have another shape of tray. I have ordered one. So be watching for a Magical Mail Monday where I open that up. And then in a Whip and Chat, I will let you know if I feel like that one is working out for me better or not. So I'm just going to get kind of right into this. This is my first kind of start of the year. I did have one that I was working on like in late December, finished up first couple days of January, and then this is like my first fresh start of the year. It's probably gonna take me I'm guessing into mid-February. We'll see. I've actually been making some pretty good progress on her lately, so we'll see if that continues. I'm about to get a bit busier with my weekends, not as much free time, so we'll kind of see. What about you? Have you finished a canvas yet for the year? Are you still working on something carrying over from the previous year? Are you someone who works on a lot of different stuff at a time, has multiple whips going, and just kind of works on what's fitting your mood? Or are you more like me and you work one straight through before picking up your next? So, excuse me, I am so sorry. I just got a tickle in my nose. Oh, pardon me. So sorry. I definitely work one straight through before picking up my next. And I have mentioned before, but I absolutely love events. That's kind of actually what got me into then wanting to start a channel, because I wanted to host an event. I will be doing that in June, July. So be watching for it. Although June actually is going to get a little bit crazy for me. I'm going to have to do some pre-planning ahead, I think, for that one or something, because I have a couple of work trips I'm going to be going on. So I've mentioned before, I'm in education, and I know that there are, people are always like, oh, teachers, they have, the whole summer off. It's a great gig. And I mean, it really, like, don't get me wrong, it's a pretty great gig. For the most part, I work in a 4-day district. So for the most part, I've been working Monday through Thursday. I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And then, one Friday a month or so, we do some professional development. Now, I'm kind of crazy, and I'm one of those people who, I'm an overachiever. It's hard for me to say no when asked to go above and beyond. I have aspirations, like I really want to possibly go into administration. I have all my licensing for it. Like, I've done all of the schooling and everything I need to do. Now it's just kind of a matter of like getting experiences and building my resume. And so I'm the person that, because I know that I want to do that, if I'm asked to do another professional development or do some of those things, I'm like, oh yes, I'll do that, because I know in the long run, like, I'm hoping that'll help me to go further in my career. I also, I'm pretty well rounded. Like, as a teacher, I have taught multiple grades, but I have this strong feeling, like, if I become a principal, like, I really want my teachers to know, like, that I've been there. I've been in their shoes. Yes, I'm asking you to do this, but it's something that I've done. Like, if I'm asking you to get this professional development, like, I've done it. So, with that, we are starting up Friday school to help students that are maybe just a little bit behind get some extra, more one-on-one, more small group, kind of more catered to them. And my principal asked me if I would put this together as the principal. So I am about to, start that up. So I won't be as free on Fridays. Won't have as much diamond painting time. But I do know that in the end, like, it's what's best. And then that's also where the stuff comes in June. He was like, hey, I have these trainings that I'd like you to go to in June. And they're each a week long. And so I was like, okay, yeah, like, I can do this. Like, I'll make this happen. Because he's like, I'd really like you there. And so sometimes being a yes person can get me not in trouble, but I take on a lot. Like, I probably already have 3 or 4 different job titles just like within my one at school. So one of these days I'll learn to just be like, no, I'm pretty busy. I'm not sure that I can do that, but it's okay. I'm always like, this is going to help me become better. It's going to help me, do more for my family. So anyways, with that, not sure how I got off on, because I'm going to be hosting that event. So yes, in June and July, but like I said, June, it turns out my schedule is going to be pretty full. I'm going to make it work, but I will have to work around that. So with events, I did pick this canvas because it did fit a couple of different events that I knew I wanted to do in January. So I'm doing it for Alice in a Winter Wonderland. And for me, the events, it just helps, like, it helps me pick my next canvas. It helps me have motivation to keep going. So like I said, this is the biggest canvas I have done to this point. And without kind of the event, I might have just like let it sit on my shelf for a while and been like, nope, I'm going to do something smaller. Nope, I'm going to do something in rounds. I'm really like getting more used to squares. I don't absolutely dislike them at this point, but they do take me longer to do. Like, there is that. So like if I want to get something done more quickly, I tend to pick something that's in rounds. I know that there's lots of strong feelings about that. There are people that only like squares and will only buy the art if it's in squares, and they get sad because there may be art they like, but if it's not, you know, or vice versa with rounds. So do you have a preference, or do you just buy the art you like and then go with it, whether it's squares or rounds? That's the way I am. Like I said, I do prefer rounds because for me they are faster, they're easier, and I'm fortunate that a lot of the Hannah Lynn that's been being released lately has been in rounds because I absolutely adore her stuff. But she has some that I've really, really liked. They've been in squares, and I have gone ahead and got them because I did like the art so much. So, and I'm actually doing this one as a gift for someone. So, I mean, this is going to help me get it done in plenty of time and not just leave it sitting on the shelf and then me be like, oh no, I need to get that done because I wanted to give it to that person. And oh, well, maybe I'll give it to that person next year instead of this year, you know, that sort of thing. So this is giving me that motivation to get it done. And then I decided to, I always love to add stuff. This particular canvas only had 2 ABs, which to me is just like never enough, especially for something this huge. So I did buy some DP with sparklers, different stuff, some ABs, and then these new glitter drills. And oh my gosh, these right here, they pop like mad. I absolutely love them. So then that fit the requirements for blinging in the new year. So I was like, oh great, like we'll use it for that event. And then someone started a DP bingo event, and it goes all year. I'm super excited for that because it's just going to kind of help me pick some stuff to do, and it may help me branch out a bit because there's some stuff on there, like landscape is on there, and I really never do landscapes, but I might try and find a small one so that I can try and get a blackout bingo. That one's a year-long event. I'm doing the Great Drill Count, which is a year-long event. This particular canvas is a great start to that because it's almost 100,000 drills. As a single placer, my goal was I was like, I want to place at least 500,000 drills this year. Like that was my goal. And this one already gets me almost 1/5 of the way there. So kind of a good start for that. I'm mentioning a bunch of events. So if you are interested in events, but you're like, I don't even know where to find them or what you're talking about totally, I will link. There is a Facebook page just that lists like all the events of the year. I will link that. And then if you join that page, if people are hosting their events like on Facebook or Instagram or whatnot, it will have links to kind of the spin-off pages. So I'm going to try and remember to link that in case you're interested in events. If you are watching this, I am hoping you will be joining me for my event in June and July. It's going to be a Damsels and Dragons event right along with my page. And when I say damsels, like I do want to be very clear. I know there's an artist and he names his pieces damsels. All of those would qualify, but it is not limited to those. When I say damsels, I mean in the broad sense of if it has a female as the center of the work, which a lot of diamond paintings with people are females, it would qualify. Or if it has a dragon as the center, or obviously if it has both, it would most definitely qualify. So I just really like I said, I really like Hannah Lynn. I'm really growing to love Jasmine Beckett Griffith. There are others. I have grown up, I've always loved fairies, which is part of the reason that these little cover minders I just absolutely adore. I have quite a few of them from Patty Wax now. It's funny because I don't like, I mean, so other than some of Jasmine Beckett Griffith's fairies, I don't have a lot of diamond paintings of fairies yet. But fairies have been a subject matter that I have loved for as long as I can remember. I collected them when I was in high school. I feel like I probably loved them even longer than that. But I don't have like a ton of, I guess, diamond paintings of them. So who knows? Maybe at some point I will get some. So yesterday I actually was able to make a lot of progress on this particular diamond painting. I was pretty excited. Gonna see what today brings. Sundays for me are kind of the ultimate, like I said, I mean, I name them relax and unwind for a reason. Like, they're my ultimate. I get some laundry done, and I try and, you know, I usually make like a nice meal and that has leftovers that I can eat through the week. And I listen to books, or I binge watch a show, or do some of both. Right now, so we just binge watched, my husband and I, we watched Wednesday on Netflix, and oh my gosh, you guys, I am so obsessed. I could probably watch it again. I cannot wait for the second season. So Wednesday and Bridgerton are now going to become my little like Netflix addictions. Those are what's going to keep me subscribing to Netflix. They did good there. They caught me. Not that I haven't had Netflix for like 15 years, because I totally have. But anyways, they've got me suckered in now, as long as they have those two shows on there, because I cannot miss them. I cannot wait for the next seasons. So if you watched Wednesday, oh my goodness, let me know. What did you think? I fell in love. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. And then I am a big fan of historical romance. A lot of the books I listen to are historical romance. Right now I've kind of been going back and forth, and I'll do a historical romance series, and then I'll do a more contemporary, and then I'll do a historical, and that's what I've been going back and forth with on my listening. Right now I'm on a contemporary series by Nora Roberts. And it's one that I first read in 2011. And now I'm going back and re-listening to it because I can remember really, really liking it. As far as like what I'm reading, because I always have something I'm listening to, and then I always have something that I'm actually reading. And so I'm actually reading right now a historical by Lauren Smith, and it's got a female pirate, and it's part of a pirate series. So the first and second books are out, and then the third book comes out I think this summer, and I'm really excited. And I'm at the point of the book, like, I love in books where either you kind of like know all the characters from the first book, but then they each get their own story with like throughout books, or in this case, like I'm in the last like fourth of the book, and we just met the character who's now going to be the lead of the next book. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, let's see, reading, listening, watching. So now we're going back, my husband and I, we like to watch stuff together. So right now we're watching Ink Master, and it's just so funny because I'm not an artist. Like, I can appreciate art, I like art. I never like diamond painting. There's a lot of different diamond paintings that I can appreciate, but obviously they're not all my style. I'm not gonna buy all of them. And so then I'm the same way kind of with tattoos. So I never thought I would get a tattoo, and then a couple years ago, I was like, you know what? I want one. And within a year, I got 4 and stuff. And so we'll watch that show. And I kind of have that same lens with that show where there's certain ones where I'm like, okay, I can appreciate that that's really good art. I really like that. I wouldn't want it on my body, but I like it. And then there's other stuff where I'm just absolutely like, oh, nope. I wouldn't want it on me, nor would I want to see it on anybody else. So, but we kind of finished up this series from where we had left off, and now we went back to the very first season. And with that one too, it's funny because I'm like, oh my goodness, like you can just see how like they even were able to get like better and better artists, better and better tattooers throughout the seasons, because the people that are in the later seasons, like every single one of them is so talented. And in like the earlier seasons, there were people right away where it was like, oh, nope, not very good. Like they're probably gonna go home like soon. So I do like watching stuff like that, like Ink Master, the Great British Baking Show, Blown Away with the blown glass. Like I do like watching kind of, I guess, like the reality, but like competition, I guess, reality competition type shows. I really like watching. And then I like, you know, like drama, Bridgerton's, Grey's Anatomy. I was a huge Grey's fan for like the longest time. Would binge watch for like ever. Couldn't wait for the next season. I have to be honest, during the pandemic and some of that, like that show for me fell a bit by the wayside or fell flat. Like I haven't really watched it since then. I haven't watched the newer seasons. I think part of it is just I really liked a lot of the more original cast, and then they've just brought on new people. Most of the originals have now left, or, you know, one way or another, whether they've died or left, or so it's just changed a lot, I guess, over time. It's become, it doesn't draw me in as much. I don't know. So I'm also big on like happily ever afters. Like I like my books where like I know even if one of the characters is being totally dumb, or there's like this misunderstanding and they have a fight and they break up, like they're going to work it out, and I know that in the end everything's going to be good. And in that show, I don't know, for me it's just hard. Like I feel like it's hard to say, like, are there any happy endings? Like, do any marriages work? Do any relationships work? Like everything is always falling apart. So that might also be part of my, like, it's just off-putting in that way. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed me, or enjoyed joining me this Sunday, as I've just kind of rambled. And I would love if you would leave a comment about, you know, I don't know, tell me what you're watching, tell me what you're reading, tell me, you know, do you prefer rounds or squares, or are you a multiple work in progress at a time person, or are you a stick with one until it's done type of person? I don't know. Let me know. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to put those in the comments as well. I will try to get to those as quickly, you know, in a timely manner. I know I have a few comments I think that I need to go back and answer on another one. But I hope you enjoy your Sunday, or whatever day you might be watching this. And if you have not subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing. If you are a subscriber already, I hope, and even if you're not, I hope you enjoyed joining me today and that you'll give this video a like. All right, have a wonderful Sunday. Thanks, guys. Bye.